Sagittarius, welcome to my channel. This is the Lady of the Throne Divine Astrology, where God dwells within me as me. And I'm here to bring to you your divine, sacred guidance. Okay, I'm going to be using the New Testament. And in the New Testament, there's a lot about the life of Christ in the New Testament, okay? I have been getting a lot of messages for all the zodiac signs ahead of you about like these really harsh lessons that a lot of people are experiencing at this time. Mainly it's because of going against God, the kingdom of God, and God's family due to envy, jealousy, evil, and hatred. We are living in a time where people want to be better than the family of God. We're living in that time right now. So let's see what your messages are, Sagittarius, and what you should know about this time in your life. I'm going to open up the New Testament. Okay, now this is different. I just turned to the book of James. The book of James. This is page 417, 417, and this is verse 17 and only 18, 17 and 18. Whatever it is about, it's meant to hear, okay? So it says, but the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, willing to yield, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. Now the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. Listen. Sagittarius, you are an observer to someone who is divinely connected to God. For some of you, that person is me, if you're a witness. For others of you, it can be a specific person, but the climate of the world right now, the focus is here. So some of you have been watching and observing, and you haven't been watching and observing an ordinary thing. You have been paying attention to something extraordinary, something that you know is connected to God. And as you are watching, you have realized something. You have realized that the wisdom on the inside is from above. And that side of me, or that side of a divine person, a divine being, a divine deity, goddess, whatever you want to call it, you realize that that is pure. And that's the first thing about me, is my purity. Due to the fact that I am in the family. Some of you, either this is about you knowing that, or this is about you knowing this about a specific type of person who fits this type of description from the Bible. So either some of you know this about, maybe some of you are getting real life examples being used from the Bible in your life, and you're starting to see something play out the same way it did from one of the characters in the Bible. Or, like I said, some of you know who I am and you may be paying attention to that. It's either way. But you know that the wisdom that a gifted soul carries is something that is first pure. Because you've sat here and you've calculated so many different things. And you keep telling yourself that there's no way that God is not involved. Because if this is not that, then why does this person know everything? Why is this person omniscient or omnipresent? How is it so? That's because there's no such thing as aliens from another planet. You don't insult God that way. The type of knowledge that you are witnessing, the wisdom you're witnessing, the life you're witnessing, is something that people can't understand, can't fathom, and they don't want to really believe that it's real. But behind your eyes, you have a vision that is like a gift, because you can see the holy light around a highly evolved soul, and you know that that kind of love, grace, care, patience, understanding, fairness, beauty, blessings, divinity, that is only what you would see if it is something that is from God. Think about this. You're watching as people fight with this truth. You're watching as people come against God. And the wishes, the pure wishes that God puts out into the world, which is for everyone to ascend, elevate, love one another, and not treat one another with hate, disrespect, evil. You see a warrior inside of me. You see me fight for what is right. You hear me say what is not right. You see what I do when it is not right and when it is. My tears are more powerful than you know. They actually do things in the world. Did you know? My smile does something really powerful in this world. Did you know how many people I inspire? Because you have the eyes that can see this truth, it's like you have to be one of those people, because these are the times we're living in right now, where the enemy is trying to destroy the kingdom of heaven. You have to be stronger than your mate. Even if you live in the same home with that person, you have to have faith that even without that person, you're still going to believe in the right thing. Just because you don't want to believe in ancient Egyptian history or seeing the world in color, even if you want to see the world in a faded picture, you just need to stick with what is actually right. What happened to integrity? Some of you have been fighting with having integrity about what you know is being done that you can see the right thing is happening. But when you have a lot of people around you doing wrong and going against the very person that you can clearly see the work that's happening is something on a massive scale, in a very positive way. Because the thing is, you can't lie when I can see clearly that you see that these gifts are first. Energy introduces itself before the vessel, the body does. And that energy is something that you know about. And you know that that's coming from the divine. Because there's no way in the world that you're going to send an army of people or a group of people, or there's no way that you're going to send so many attacks and everything is handled in a much stronger way, in a much more graceful way, in a much more pleasant way, in a much more divine way than what people wanted. See, people around you are going to make excuses for how they feel so that you can stand with them. But when you die, you don't go with anyone but you. When you're judged, you don't go with anyone up there but you. You came in this world by yourself, and God takes you out by yourself. So don't make this a race thing. You don't have to stand with the people you started in this with in order for you to feel like you're accepted by these people. Let me tell you something that's going on right now that none of these people that are involved in this huge scheme is realizing. This is a biblical, real life, 21st century biblical thing that's happening. Your friends are going to be upset because my skin is dark. I have melanin. Your friends are going to be upset because the stories don't add up. Your friends are going to be threatened because I have more integrity than so many people, as well as shared respect when I have it. But when I don't have that, there will be problems for people that you can clearly see. Don't let the fact that this is a woman with this connection and not a man. Don't be upset that I may be younger than you. Don't be upset because none of this goes through my mind. If you are a female version of God, people are looking for perfection in me that I will never provide for them. Because the perfect human design is all about having a light heart. That's the perfection of God. Having a balance is what makes you perfect. And then your mind must be pure. So a lot of you can see clearly what's actually going on, but you may decide to consider other people's opinions. But you can clearly see what's going on by what is the cause and effect of this entire situation. It says, but the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, willing to yield, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. You don't see any hypocrisy here. You also see gentleness here. You see peacefulness here through this whole situation. That's all you've seen. You see someone who's full of mercy in the midst of adversity. You see the fruit of righteousness that is sown in peace by those who make peace. So you don't see someone with that type of connection to the kingdom of heaven out here starting things with people, creating problems for people, worrying too much about other people's lives, getting too invested in trying to cut through a person or hurt a person or do anything that a lot of you all have done. Your actions, if we're really going to see, let me tell you something. A lot of people are doing what they do because a lot of people are involved. If you take each person one by one and have them face you with that same energy, it's not going to be the way that it is when it's a lot of them. The reason for that is because what people do to go against God is by free will. But when people do, when they know that they're being judged, is by caution. The good thing about some of you Sagittarians out there right now dealing with this situation is that you no longer have to ask any questions about, is this what you think it is or not? If you see really challenging situations happening and there's nothing but peace involved in it, even when you try to set up scenarios or plan things, and there's still a beautiful divine grace that moves through all these fluently, moves through all these situations and always comes out on the good side. That's because you need to admit to the truth that you see. You'll spend the rest of your life trying to defeat God, and then you'll go to hell. Because can't you see the divinity